live, so we should be coming up. Yep, well, that should be us on live. Are we up there? Right, fine. Well, I'm just on stream. I'm just on StreamYard, so. Right then. That's us. Hi, guys. Am I live? Not yet. Okay. Right then. Hi, guys. How you doing? Welcome back to the cave once again. We've got Stacey in, we've got Nick in, Jeff's in, Christine and Michael's in, Dale's obviously in and in my ear. Leona's in. I saw somebody else as well. Cuz is in. Wayne, the big feet, is in. I did see somebody else who I forgot all about. Would it be nice? David is in, so we've got quite a few in. If I've missed anybody, I apologise. What am I doing tonight? I'm just doing a fairly simple plain bowl. It's around about 12 inches by 3 inches. This is a piece of spalted beech. I got this piece from the lovely Leona last year at Maker Central. In fact, I got 2 boxes of spalted beech. This is about the only one that survived without cracking to hell. So I thought I'd turn it tonight. So we'll get some turning done. Hope everybody's well. Hi, Anna. Anna's in. Heart back at you. I'll change camera and you can have a look at the blank and then we'll get on and do some turning. And there it is. Lovely piece of spalted beech. Leona did have loads of this. Like I say, I had loads of it, but this is about the only one that survived. So it's going to be a fairly plain and simple bowl. We're going to start off turning at around about, what are we on? About 650. So I'll just get the bottom as usual. I've got my Robert Sorby 3/8 bowl gouge. We're just going to get the bottom leveled off. I think Steve might be in a bit later. Certainly the last time I spoke to him, he was sitting waiting for one of his daughters. Oh, he's in. Hi, Steve. They must have let him out of the car park. Good time to chill. You never know, if I bore you that much, you might even go to sleep, Scott. Hi, Jay. Doing my usual, marking out for the mortise. Oh, I just hit the camera cable there. Well, I hope he's nice. The Chinese, that is. The usual. I tell you what, it's very difficult getting bloody gouge angles with this camera there. Has this got a zoom? And okay, no bother. Because I did try doing the zoom. The only thing I could find on there was a focus. All right. So, now I thought, seeing as how this was a gift from Leona, I thought I'd just painted black. What do you reckon? Shouts of shock and amazement coming from the crowd. Only joking, Leona. All right. Hi, Keith. Hi, Sydney. Oh, very nice. Evening, Doug. Evening, Huey. Pleased I'm doing a bowl tonight. It means I've got lots of shavings to put on the fire tomorrow night when I'm on with Steve. This has had some worms in it as well, Leona. I'll be able to tell better if it's still wet once I get to the inside. I have got a couple of cracks just here. I'll probably just use some CA on that. There's a couple across the other side as well. So I'll probably use some on that as well. But all in all, it's got some lovely spalting in there. As long as they don't fly out, Andy, I'll be okay. Hi, Hopper. Well, these have been in the cave for, God, how long is it? 8 months now, so yeah, it is very nice because, right, I'm just going to put some CA on. Now, what I tend to do, I haven't done a final cut on this yet. And what I tend to do when I'm using super glue is put the glue on before I do the final cut. I tend to find if I'm putting super glue on and then sanding, the super glue does leave marks. So I always tend to put the super glue on before the final cut, and that way I can actually turn out the marks. Evening, Jen. Oh, hi, Country Wood Girl. How are you? I'll tell you, I think I've mentioned this before. If anybody hasn't seen or been across to check out Country Wood Girl on YouTube, go across and check her out. She makes some she's got a cabinet making business and she makes some absolutely beautiful furniture. And she does a bit of turning as well. Evening, Mark. Oh, evening, Lance. How are you? I take it you're not out driving tonight. Lance is a trucker. Oh, why not? Right, here we go, final finishing cut, and I'm using the smaller bowl gouge here with the swept back grind and just taking a very, very fine cut. Evening, Enrique. Evening, Nick. Follow the... There we go. So that's the final cut done. I'm painting it black, Lance. Just totally black. Right, turn the speed down a bit. I'll go down to about 500. Andy, that's probably because you are sunshine. Yeah, that's one of Andy's. You're weird, I like you. No, Steve. No, haven't. Nah, I haven't changed anything in the chat settings at all, Steve. That was 120, and we will finish off the sanding with 240. All right. Evening, Cheryl. Right. Tonight I'm using a spray-on cellulose sanding sealer, just for a change. Yeah. Missed a wee bit. Just give that a couple of minutes to get dried off. I'll give it a helping hand with some kitchen roll. Now, if I was going straight from sand and sealer to a finish, I'd probably knock this back with one of the Scotch-Brite pads, but I'm going to be using Yorkshire grit, and seeing as how that's an abrasive paste, there's no need to knock it back. Yorkshire grit original. So I don't tend to do things. I don't tend to do that. So give it a good rub in while the lathe is stationary. Don't be afraid to use lots of it. Glyn needs the money. Right, turn the speed down. If your lathe will go down this far, turn the speed down to around about 250. If your minimum speed on the lathe is 500, then the 500 will do. And rub it in. And keep on rubbing it in. Spend a few minutes doing this. I think Steve's still got a big lump of beech that's... I took him down to make a central last year. It's paper lance. It's just kitchen roll. I buy mine from Aldi's. When they've got it in, buy it in bulk in the big packs from Aldi's. No, that'll be about that. Yeah, okay. Thanks for that, Steve. Hi, Doc. How are you? Oh, hi, Rich. Forgot to say hi to Rich. Hi, Rich. Evening, turkey leg. Now, with the Yorkshire grit, and I've got to say with other abrasive pastes as well, depending on which one you use, if you keep on rubbing it in until basically your piece of paper comes away relatively clean. Once your piece of paper comes away clean, that's the grit done its job. And then you can move on to do a finish. Yeah, it probably would be. And tonight, oh, is David in? Dr. D. Evening, David. So I'm using microcrystalline wax. This is good for pieces that are going to get a lot of handling because it does resist finger marks once it's cured. Oh, cheers, Steve. Thanks very much for that, mate. And just get that rubbed in. And what you can do, well, with any sort of finish really, once you've got it rubbed in with your paper towel or cloth or whatever it is you use, if you leave it for about 10 or 15 minutes, so the solvent can basically disappear, you can actually come back and give it a buff with a buffing wheel. I use just a small buffing wheel from Chestnut Products that I've got on my drill. All right. Yes. I'm always moaning about being skint. Right, that's the bottom finish, guys. What do you reckon? Like I said, beautiful piece of wood. Thanks very much, Leona, for that. Thanks very much, Fenrica. No problem, Wooden. I'll have a look when it comes up. Now, for those of you who haven't seen me turn bowls before, what I use when I'm turning the outside of the bowl, the chuck jaws I use go from 65mm up to 85mm as a working distance. So I bought myself a 67mm Forstner bit from China, which cost around about, I think it was about £5.50, something like that, off eBay. And just more for speed than anything else, because I do tend to turn, once I get into bull turning during the day, I do tend to turn a lot during the day. So I just drill all the tops just with a 67mm, and then I can just swap them all out very easy. I'm not having to mess about with face plates, screw chucks, anything like that. If I remember rightly on the Friday night, mind you, if I remember rightly, Steve spent a fair bit of time at the bar, and Leona and I and Dave Capasandon were sat at one of the tables just getting arse wiped. Who said that? Who said they're not drinking the next one? Aye, that'll be right, Leona. We'll soon put paid to that. Oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're staying at another hotel, and I don't think the Premier Inn is actually that far away. So you can just come into the bar at the Hilton anyway. Evening, David. Oh, Dennis, sorry. Night, lads. Cheers. Remember, when you're using your bowl gouge, point the bevel. See if I can get this right. Point the bevel there in the direction you're going. That way, you'll find it easier to keep the bevel rising. And if you've got the bevel on, nothing's happening. It's just when you bring it round and start it in the cutting edge, just there, you can start taking it forward. Evening, Tom. Evening, Glenn. I'm surprised you're not out having a meal. Happy birthday, by the way. I wonder if I can get up to 100 one day. Now you might notice, well thanks for that Steve by the way, you might notice that I've left a bit of bulk here in the middle. I tend to do this whenever I'm turning. It's especially important when you do, oh just knocked my mouse on the floor, don't worry. It's especially important when you're doing really thin wall bowls because leaving the bulk in the middle gives the outside some support. If you take the whole of the middle out and you're still trying to do the outside wall, you're going to get a lot of vibration and a lot of chatter, and you'll get some lovely texturing on there even when you don't want it. Glenn, how come you're not out? It's your birthday. Check my wall thickness. Just use my homemade thickness gauge, I should say. All right, nice one, Glenn. And you also might notice as well when I'm doing the inside, I tend to start above the center when I'm doing the cut. Can't see there. I tend to start above the center and then I'll bring the gouge down. So I finish on the center. Hey mate. What's it going to be used for, Dave? Now, I've seen tar used with leather. I've never seen it used with wood. Yeah, apart from one knock. A lot of leather goblets and things, beer steins, things like this, they can get finished with tar. I did, God, how many was it? Well, a lot of years ago, I did 75 wine goblets for a wedding. And basically, I just finished all of them in tung oil. Had about 3 or 4 coats of tung oil on. Well, see, the thing is, if it's going to be holding liquid for a long time, if it's going to be holding water for a long time, why not do what the barrel makers do? Soak them in water. The wood will expand until it can't take any more. And I've never seen, or I don't think I've ever seen, a whiskey barrel leak. And they don't have any finish on the inside apart from being burnt. No, it's the black sticky stuff. Proper tar. Right. Nah, I'm not going to bother tonight, Steve. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I just check the thickness. No, I've got a bit more to take out there. I'm just going to give my gouge just a quick freshen up. Now I'm going to come in around about here. Hi, Jimmy. Take that nub off in the middle. That's it. It's moved ever so slightly, Glenn. If I was to go back and do this edge, get some more out of here and make the wall thinner, you would probably hear a hell of a lot of chattering. So I'll get this sanded. Start off with my usual 80 grit gouge. Nice one, Steve. And finish off with 240. Night, Steve. All right, back to the sand and sealer again. There we go. Thank you, Country Wood. You must let me know your name one day. It's chestnut cellulose sand and sealer. I either use that or I use chestnut acrylic sand and sealer. I sort of swap between the two. I've got no preference for either, to tell you the truth. I'm not even going to answer that, Steve. Dark, you're incorrigible. Yes, I do. That's what I've got in this pot here. The brush on. I'm not too keen on the brush on acrylic sand and sealer. I can't really get away with that for some reason. So if I am using acrylic sand and sealer, I do tend to use the spray on one. But with the cellulose sand and sealer, I'll either use the spray on or I'll use the brush on. That's what happens with grass tree root. Anything you're going to put on grass tree root, whether it's the clear finish or anything like that, it is going to turn it either a very, very dark brown or black. It's just the nature of the piece. That's what happens to it. I think Bryn asked a question earlier on, what am I making now? It's still the same ball gleam. Yes, it does. It'll probably look better in the photos. Well, that's it, guys. My God, 70 watching. Thank you very much for coming along, guys. It's really appreciated. Give us a like, share it out amongst your friends, see if we can get more people watching. It all helps with the channel. There you go. That's the bottom. And that's the dish. A nice wee, I'll call it a fruit bowl, seeing as how it's quite open. So, what I'll do now, if I can find my mouse. Oh, God, I'm down. Hear where the noises come. Oh, I'm back up. That was me mouth. Right then, let's just change this camera. I don't want that one. I'll have that one. Right, see if it looks any different on this camera. So that's it, guys. Beautiful piece of wood that I got, like I already said, that I got from Leona. Fairly short one tonight, just coming up for an hour. Thanks for coming by and watching. I've enjoyed doing that tonight. Just something plain for a change. No embellishments, no colouring, no texturing. Just an ordinary plain bowl. I might get a video out before the weekend. I've got shop duty in one of the shops on Saturday, and it's the Wood Turning Club on Sunday. And I really must get some skew practice in because we've got a skew competition on Sunday. And we're not allowed to measure anything when we're doing this. Anyway, that's by the by. Any questions before I go? Let's have a quick look at the chat there. No, Scott, you can actually go in. It'll be coming back up on YouTube so you can watch it again. Thanks, Nick. Night shares. Right, that's it, guys. I'm off. I'll just get my phone so I can switch deal off. Thanks for being in me, your deal. And I'll did you see it's Monday you're coming up? Right, this weekend, like I say, Saturday I've got shop duty and Sunday. Right, okay, no bother. Right, I'll speak to you soon. Right then, guys, I'm going to end the broadcast now. Go in the house and get my usual. Thanks for coming by yet again. And I will, if I don't get a video out of the weekend, I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye for now.